This video is brought to you by Ravoony.
Here's the deal. Now I can't remember the last clip I recorded. I'm pretty sure it had to deal with putting the things on the back. Now let's just assume it is. If it's not, hey, welcome to the beginning of the video. But what we have to do next is two more things because, well, the wrap came in and I'm hyped, it's great. But I have to do two things before I actually go ahead and start applying it because I don't just want to apply it to the body filler. Now we've worked ourselves to a point where everything is essentially smooth. Even though you see different layers of filler, it is all smooth completely across, which is exactly where we want to be. However, I do want to lay two things on it. One, primer, two, clear coat. This will make it a lot easier for me to be able to adjust the vinyl wrap when I lay it down and stretch it over the panels in order to get it to fit correctly. So I need to make sure that I do that first for my own sake and my ease. So as simple as it is, we're gonna go ahead and do that next and get the car completely to a point where we can go ahead and start wrapping it because, well, time's ticking on the clock that I have to get this done. I need to get this done soon. I don't have an exact date. I know no later than February 3rd, because that's when I'm getting married, and I sure better drive off in this car. So, geez, I hope I don't upload this in like June 12th. That'd be embarrassing. But it's time to go ahead and get those two on. Let's go ahead and just lay them on now. It's cold and raining outside, and I still haven't edited or even begun to edit the video about the intercooler, or I guess replacing the air intake gasket. So, kind of need to do that too. So anyway, let's go ahead and lay down the primer. Let's lay down the clear coat. I'll meet up after everything is completely primed, cleared, and cleaned. And I think I'll go ahead and just show you the color of the wrap after that. So you may want to see it because yeah, it's woo! I like it. All right, see you soon. Oh. It is a balmy 20 degrees outside and the car is completely clean. It is time to wrap it, so I'll probably show you the color because it's pretty dope. Now first off, I do have to say that this wrap is supplied by a company called Ravoony. I had heard of them before, mostly from this guy and his Instagram. My head's not even in frame. That was kind of awkward, tacos. We're gonna hit the squat. And they hit me up and offered to send out wrap for this car, and I gladly accepted that offer. Now these guys offer free shipping all over the world, so no matter where you are, you're able to get your wrap sent to you for, well, no cost for shipping at all. In addition to that, the cost of the rolls is actually a bit cheaper than some of the other brands like Avery and 3M that you've seen online. It's some high quality wrap. But I think you guys want to see the color, don't you? 3, 2, 1. And here it is. I've decided to go with a satin black. This is pretty much the same satin black that I went with on my very first Supra that kind of got this channel started. And we're going to be bringing it back on this build, which is going to be so cool. I'm super excited to tie this car back into the first car, kind of bringing it all full circle in a semi-poetic way. I'm not very good at poetry. Now, if you want to get some of this wrap for yourself, you can use code PS at checkout and get yourself 12% off at ravoony.com. So go ahead and check that out. Go over to their Instagram, say thank you for helping me with this project because this honestly wouldn't happen without them. But we do have a lot of work ahead of us, and honestly, it's time to wrap the car. Yeah, I don't think I have anything else to say. Sit back, relax, enjoy the time lapse. Let's get this car one color. I can't do this. I'm sorry. I tried wrapping the fender. I tried wrapping the rear bumper. I just don't know how to wrap a car. It's just not gonna happen. No matter which way I spin it, it's not even an optimistic thing where try to look on the bright side, try to get some more energy, take a break, come back, and tried that. It's not working. It's such a bummer too. Like I had the dream to be able to drive off in this car for when I get married on February 3rd. Like that's why I've been pushing really hard on this. Every day for the last 4 months after work, I come home, I get home at 6 o'clock, I work until 10:30, go to bed, repeat the cycle, just trying to get this car finished. And it's It's just not there, and it's not going to be there, no matter how hard I try. And even if if like miraculously I knew how to wrap the car and do it perfectly, I wouldn't be happy with it. I have put so much effort into the bodywork of this car, and it's just not good. It's not good. No matter which way you spin it, it's just not good. Could have a perfect wrap, and I wouldn't be happy with it. I mean, the fact of the matter is just I'm not good enough to be able to be working on cars with the capacity that I'm doing it right now. I do my best to do something, but it's not quality enough. And I know the highest quality way to do things. However, I can't afford to do that. And so I try to find some shortcuts, ways around in order to be able to fit my budget, which is tiny, and it shows. And it looks like a very poorly built car. And so if I wrapped this car perfectly, if I got it all done, I wouldn't want to take it out. Ever, because it would look so bad I'd just be embarrassed of it. That's kind of why I got rid of the Supra in the first place. Like, yes, the biggest reason was that I wanted to fund more projects, but second biggest reason was that I just didn't like taking it out because it didn't look good in person. I mean, I'd get so many like positive comments online and on Instagram and like from you guys, but you couldn't see it in person, and you didn't see the wrap peeling, all the poor cut lines, all the awful body work. You didn't see the misaligned splitter. The coilovers weren't even all the same height. Like, everything was wrong with that car. And I'm getting to that same point again with this one. It's just bad, man. I haven't enjoyed working on cars for like 4 years. I just, I thought I could make it happen on YouTube, and I was like, well, this isn't fun, but just put your head down and grind and try to do it. So like maybe something will work out. And I obviously didn't. It's stupid because it's like when I look at getting married next month, which when this video comes out, it'll probably be like either already happened or is just about to happen. One of the things I've looked forward to the most is the fact that since I'm actually going to be moving, I'm not going to be moving to a place where I could work on cars. And then it got me super excited because I was like, oh, sweet. Now I could have a legitimate reason to not work on cars. And I don't have to guilt trip myself into being like, well, you have the abilities, you have the location, so you should go do it and go work on cars and try to make this work on YouTube. But now it's like, once I move there, I'm not going to be able to. And I get super excited about that. And being in a position where I'm looking forward to not being able to work on cars probably isn't a great place to be to try to work on a car now. So, yeah. I mean, to be clear, like with the wrap, this has nothing to do on Ravoony. Their wrap is great. It's actually genuinely amazing. For the little bits I was able to do, it's as forgiving, as great as like Avery brand, which is what I had for when they wrapped my car the previous time, the Supra. And by the way, if you're wondering like what happened, A, that car is way more boxy, and B, I had a friend do like almost all the wrapping for me. So any of the spots that were wrapped well weren't wrapped by me, and any of the spots that were wrapped poorly were wrapped by me. So I'm under a contractual obligation to do 2 more videos on Ravoony. They did send this wrap out for free. Huge thanks to them, but in exchange, obviously, they wanted videos. So I do have 2 more videos to do for them, and I'll probably just do some video essays, so you can expect those too. But this car is going under a cover, and yeah, I don't know. Oh well. So obviously I've been spending a lot of time thinking about what on earth can I do with this car. And yeah, man, it's a weird spot. It's something where although it is true that when I said that I'm getting tired of working on cars, I don't find much enjoyment in it. That part's true, but I don't want to see this car go unfinished to a state where I'm looking at it every single day under a cover, rotting away. I want to be able to use it. As you guys saw in the previous video, it runs, and it runs pretty well. So kind of want to be able to use it. And I was just running through my mind, like what sort of options are there? Because the fact of the matter is I can't wrap it. I have no skill to do it. And even if I had a little bit of skill, the weather is too cold for me to do anything with. I don't have heat lamps that I could use to warm the material up. And the car is complicated enough to wrap curves wise that it's not doing me any favors. So we're gonna take a hard pivot, and I've decided that we're going to paint it. I have leftover paint from my dad's SC300 that I did, and we're gonna paint it that color. But we're still gonna wrap part of the car because Ravoony was kind enough to send out the wrap, and so I want to be able to wrap it, part of it. So we're gonna go ahead and wrap the top half of the car. So anything from the cab up, we are going to do. So that's gonna be the window pillars and the roof. It's not a lot, but I think it's gonna give it a really nice accent of having a color on the bottom and then having a black top. I think it's going to look about as good as we can get. So yeah, I was honestly, it was just something where I was just frustrated with the car, as I've been, and I did want to be done, but I'm scrolling through Instagram, and I like the Oregon Ducks, and there is a talk about their coach leaving, and he came out with a video that said I'm staying. And one of the things he said in the video was there's a lot of starters, but there's not a lot of finishers. And regardless of me being able to finish it to a level that I wanted to, I need to finish the car. I have to. I can't just say, bummer. I tried. I gave it my whole effort and it didn't finish the way I wanted it to, so therefore I'm not going to finish at all. I still need to finish it. Even if I'm hobbling across the finish line, getting second to last place, I need to make sure that I finish the race. I can't keep looking at this car and being like, I want to be able to finish strong in first place, and if I don't do that, it's a failure. So I need to be able to finish the car out, so we are going to paint the car. So the rest of this episode, I'm going to go ahead and just sand. I'm going to finish sanding the rest of the car, doors, the mirrors, the bumpers. I'm going to leave the top, and we're gonna get ready to paint. So I can't do anything for a week painting wise because it's freezing here. And yeah, man, it's fun. So a lot of ups and downs with this car. Seems like there's a lot of downs, but we've hit so many speed bumps. I can't just not finish the car. So without further ado, I don't think I have much narration in me from this point out. So relax, enjoy some time lapse of me sanding, and then I'll catch up when it's time to paint the car. Thank you guys for bearing with me. I know it's kind of a mess, but yeah, we're finishing it. All right. See ya.